Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be sCztaaar, I think is what we're going to call him. sCztaaar, T-A-A-R, whatever, versus Sergeant SGTofLuck. We're just going to call him Luck, or Lucky maybe. We'll call him Lucky. I think that's what we'll call him. I hope these guys don't mind that I'm going to be brutalizing their names. But you know what? These are not... yeah, they're just not super easy to figure out, especially for an ignoramus like me. But it is going to be Lucky as our teal Protoss, or I mean, how about Terran? Now he's got me all flustered with his difficult to read name. But I'm just kidding. We should be okay. We'll call him Lucky, I think, though. He is going to be spawning as our teal Terran down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Notice that sCztaaar, I think is what we'll call him. sCztaaar. Sounds pretty cool. Not too bad. He is spawning as our red Zerg up here in the top right. Cross positions here on Shakur's Plateau. We do have an Overlord cruising out across the field to gather some intel. And it will be intel that says, go check the base down below this position. And so he will know where his opponent is here in just a little while. Not too long. That flight pattern is a little bit long, but that's okay. We do have his second Overlord cruising out to, I assume, this position right here is always a great place to go ahead and camp your Overlord. And yeah, it really makes things a little bit helpful. If you need to gain sight. So just in case there's, well, but look at this. We shouldn't have, I don't know, maybe we have an SCV cruising out across the map there for a bunker, but you need that Overlord to scout for bunkers. It does help you gain that vision. Notice that we do have that hatchery going down in pretty dang good time. Hatch first here for sCztaaar. Not a bad deal. We do have this wall off here for Lucky, though. Going to be complete here in just a little bit, and he is going to be rallying his Marines down to the low ground. And good stuff, though. We do have one gas already out and running for Luck. Or Lucky. We'll call him Luck. That's probably better. I think the SGT probably stands for Sergeant. Sergeant of Luck. Which is kind of a cool name. But it's long. It's too long to say. We do have the spawning pool going down now for sCztaaar. Look at the positioning on that. He is putting it in a fairly forward position there. So kind of interesting, but not a bad deal, that's for sure. And yeah, so it will help him actually spread a little bit of creep. Very, very good stuff. And looks as though the hatchery is going to be complete here in just a moment. Luck does have his SCV cruising up here to the high ground, is going to scout the spawning pool, does see some drones cruising down here that are probably ready and waiting just in case there is going to be, say, a bunker go down. They will probably try and come and kill him, which is probably a good idea. So here comes the SCV. Looks like he is going to try and scare his opponent there for just a moment. But here comes a Marine. Marine going to be getting up in the face, but they may back out here. It looks as though Luck is going to back out and cruise back towards his base. In the meantime, he does have a factory going down in pretty decent time, as well as a reactor going down on that barracks. Does have his orbital command up and running. No second gas quite yet, so not going to be teching. In the meantime, he is... Oh, look at this. Another command center going down. Good. He is going to be taking a fairly fast expansion. We do have a lot of Lings cruising out across the field here, but 3 Marines saying, you know what, bring it on. We will take you guys down. We are ready to do some kiting. I know, Goku, I'm sure sorry about the sound. I'm still trying to fix it. I've been working on it between matches here, but it's just not going for me. I think I messed something up. I sure apologize for the sound quality. I definitely have work to do, so I hope I didn't break my microphone. It's brand new, so it would really piss me off. But it is what it is. So Spinecrawler is going down here for sCztaaar. Looking to be pretty solid. He does have a queen at his main and at his natural. Looking pretty good. Doing a lot of inject larva. Good, smart thing to do. The command center here for Luck is going to be going down in pretty decent time. Going to be complete here in just a bit. Second gas now going down for Luck as well. And putting his factory on the reactor. Who could have guessed that? It is going to be a couple Hellions now out on the field, and he is going to try and put some pressure on his opponent potentially with some Hellions, but he's only committing to 2. Now note that he's only committing to 2, and then he's going straight for tanks here. Not going to commit to 4 Hellions. We do have an Evo chamber, only 1 Spinecrawler here, but we do have a creep spreading queen as well as a queen right here for the inject larva for defense. So defense of these Hellions should go very, very well. Excuse me. Wow, he did kill something though, so that's good. It was a creep tumor. But I do apologize for the sound one more time, and we'll try and get that fixed here between games. I'm going to switch to a different microphone and see if that's going to help. Hopefully that will do the trick. But good stuff here so far. We do have a lot of gas being mined here for ZvTaaar. Notice that he's mining all 4 gas and going to be choosing a baneling nest here for his tech pattern. Now that's very interesting. Could be a big baneling bust potentially, but he is getting out melee attack level 1. Going to be very, very useful for those banelings and zerglings. It looks like he is going to be committing to that type of attack. In the meantime, we do have plenty of tanks, a lot of Marines coming out on the field. We do have another barracks going down as well as a starport here with some medevacs coming out for support. I like that play pretty dang good at this point. A couple Hellions here just holding position. Well, not really holding position. They are on a stop command. So, but they are definitely just camping here to check and see if anybody is going to be moving out across the map. We do have a decent amount of zerglings here, as well as a macro hatch going down. So ZvTaaar is going to be sticking to this 2-base play. He does have a spire going down as well. That's where he's going to be spending his gas, guys, is on that spire. Going to be spending his gas on mutas. Not a bad deal there. We do have what appears to be a drop commencing, potentially 1 Marine going down there just for good keeping, I guess. Maybe that guy's like, forget this, I'm not going to commit to that attack. And so the other 7 said, we will. And so they do, picking these guys up immediately and evacuating that position. Sees way too many speedlings to deal with. And not too bad there. But here comes the tanks. We do have siege tech complete. And it is about to be go time here for ZvTaaar. Nice forward position here from Luck. Doing a great job. Is going to be getting these Hellions now up on the high ground. Looks like he's going to go for a couple of drone kills here, which is not a bad idea. While these guys are wailing away at the front door there. Not a bad deal. Here comes the Hellions. These guys absolutely going to be getting into position to take down a couple drones. Not too bad at all. But now we've got this spine crawler in position to deal with the Hellions, but picked up immediately. Great control there from Luck. Got to love it. Now notice what ZvTaaar is doing. He's spreading creep at these 2 expand locations against his opponent. Does not want to allow him to take any extra expands at this point. Oh, wow. Good snipe there. Just take that building, but it looks like it is go time. Here comes all the lings going to be cruising in here. Great kiting here from Luck. Going to be backing up as quickly as possible. All of the tanks do go down, however, and it looks as though this will be cleaned out immediately by ZvTaaar. Wow. Nice clean out there. Does demolish that entire army of Luck and is going to be cruising out across the field here. Now he did give away his tech pattern. He does show those mutalisks, and the mutalisks are probably going to be countered here fairly quickly. Notice that Luck immediately tossing down missile turrets around his map. That is super smart. I think at this point is going to be committing to probably a lot more Marines. Marines going to be the best counter he has at this point to the mutas. Oh, we do have some pause action. ZvTaaar going to be giving us some pause, but that's okay. We'll give him just a moment or so, and we should be set to go here in just a bit. So, but he does, do notice that he is going to be moving out with his, what do you call them, mutalisks here. And there's the go-go. Off we go to the races. Here come the mutas. These guys going to try and poke in here, it appears. Get some damage done potentially. Nice positioning here of the siege tanks. Looks like he is going to move them just a little bit more forward, so not bad at all. Do have a bunker complete here, filled with Marines. And, wow, no static defense here, but he does have a decent amount of Marines. Couple of those SCVs, however, do go down. Is going to go ahead and put down 1 missile turret here since his opponent apparently does want to get harassment crazy. Well, not crazy, but he is going to perform some decent harassment with those mutas. And so Luck going to be smart and going ahead and try and get some static D there. No, Icefire out on the live stream asking about their ranks. Last season, Sergeant of Luck was a GM. ZvTaaar was a very high ranked master. I don't know about this season. We'll have to check. But it looks like this reactor is going to get taken out. Here comes some Marines to try and clean these guys out, or at least chase them off for a moment. So not a bad deal there. It looks as though Luck is going to be splitting up his forces here fairly well to try and keep his base protected from these pesky Mutalisks. And that is tons and tons of fun so far. Not a bad deal. Now look at this army here. We do have a couple Banelings already in the mix, a couple more Mutalisks here that probably are going to join the throng of Mutalisks that are now ruling the inside of this map, the center of this map. Total map control right now for ZvTaaar. Now, Sergeant of Luck not in terrible position, though. We do have to note that he's got a pretty decent force here, as well as 2 base play here. Is not a bad deal for our Terran player, so he should be in decent position for just a little while. Is going to have to continue to defend here, though, for a little bit until he is prepared and has a way to deal with these pesky Mutalisks. Notice we don't have any upgrades on the Mutalisks except for Flyer Attacks level 1 is about to be complete. Let's check in on the creep spread. Look at that creep spread. He is dead serious about getting that done here in just a bit. Going to be getting that towards the center of the map here in a moment. A lot of Zerglings now on the map, but here comes a drop from Luck. Is going to be getting in here, stalling the mining here for just a moment. Does pick up quite a few of those units, but they are all going to die. Does drop them as quickly as possible to try and do a little extra damage, but this critical mass of Mutas here, especially now with that +1, absolutely going to be cleaning out drops, especially with their mobility. So great play here from ZvTaaar. He seems to be in phenomenal position at this point, and cruising out here yet again is going to poke back up here and see what he can do. As far as damage goes, looks like one barracks is about to go down. Going to try and supply block his opponent here. Not a bad idea. That +1 attack, super effective right now. But here comes Sergeant Luck cruising out across the center of the map here with a very substantial force. Says, okay, you know what? It is turning into a base trade situation. I do have to make this go time. He does have a lot of units here. And here comes the defense of Luck. Or of ZvTaaar, rather. A lot of kiting going on here, but it looks as though ZvTaaar going to be able to clean out this entire army very quickly, and indeed he does. And there's the GG from Luck. Great play there from both of these players. That was tons of fun to watch. We'll be going into Game 2 here in just a moment, so don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now on GSL's dual site. ZvTaaar versus Luck is what we've chosen to call these guys. I know that is not exactly what their names say, but that is what we're going to call them nonetheless. Luck is going to be spawning as our Teal Terran over here on the right side of the map. On the left side, we do find ZvTaaar spawning as our Red Zerg. It is a 2-player map. I love dual site. It's, I think, a fairly balanced 2-player map, and is really fun for a lot of different reasons. One, because the opponents do expand in these arcs, kind of in this counterclockwise position here. This guy expands this way, this guy expands that way. They can hide expansions if they want here and here, or here and here, depending on what they want. And there's some interesting things that can be done, that's for sure. Other than that, it is a fairly long rush distance on this map, so it's not too small of a 2-player map. And it does allow for some pretty decent macro games. So I think a good map here, a great choice for Luck. I think in many respects this is a good map for Terran players. This center of the map is very large, wide open, very airy. It's good for big marine tank pushes. So we'll see if he's going to be able to take game number 2 down. But ZvTaaar showing a lot of strength in game number 1. And something apparently wrong with the stream, so looks like we're going to have to fix it. Yuck. Man, I'm sure sorry about that, guys. Oh, my computer had some troubles today, and it looks like it is coming through. So I'm a little bit upset about that, but that's okay. We've got to get back into this game. We do have the barracks going down here for Luck in pretty decent time. Looking pretty solid. We do have a fast expand here for ZvTaaar. Notice he did get that down before his pool. And down goes the pool right now, so not bad timing there for the pool, that's for sure. Got to get it down ASAP after your fast expand. In the meantime, we do have what appears to be our first scout of the game, other than obviously this Overlord. They just don't really count yet. They only turn into a scout once they reach their opponent's base, and who knows how long that's going to take. But it does take a little while. They do move very slowly. But here is the real scout. This guy absolutely going to make it into his opponent's base long before that Overlord ever will. And off he goes. Does see the fast expand here. Is going to check that timing. Is he going to go for a bunker? Maybe. Is going to get found out by this drone, but here comes a Marine to join the fight, and these two together are going to try and take down the game right now. Well, maybe not that, but they are going to give it their all in just a moment, and by giving it their all, I mean backing out like cowards. No, I'm just kidding. They're not cowardly. Probably a smart move here by Luck. Looks like he is not going to try for a bunker rush quite yet, which is probably okay. We do have a couple Zerglings out on the field at this point. They are going to be good for some map control. Looks like he may be able to chase Luck off. Great micro there. Beautiful stuff. Letting that SCV tank the damage, and that is really, really nice to see. So good play there from Luck. Looks to be in pretty decent shape. Is going to back out with these units, however. Does have his command center going down here for his expansion in decent time. One gas at this point for Luck, but he is going to be working on his factory, and double Hellions now on the way. We do have that reactor and a tech lab now complete as well, and going to be moving this barracks out of the way, and off the factory goes to the tech lab. Notice the same thing he did in that last game, only 2 Hellions. And going to be sending these guys out in a forward position here in just a little bit. We'll see if they're going to head straight over to that natural. If not, they'll at least blind one of the towers, hopefully. But off they go to the races. Going to be killing a Zergling there. Nice stuff. There is, however, 2 spine crawlers and 2 queens here for defense. Not going to be able to get in there and do tons of damage, that's for sure, but are going to just keep this position here, just going to check out, see what's going on, and that is pretty useful at this point. Decent intel there. At least he knows what's going on in his opponent's base. At this point, we do have a second factory on the field. Look at that, he is going to be getting out more Hellions and blue flames, so he's not going for those tanks. He is going to be going for heavy Hellions at this point. So he did trick us there. That's kind of fun. But blue flame Hellions now, a whole bunch of them on the way. A couple Marines going to be cruising out across the map here. Looks like they may blind this tower. That's probably a smart idea. That way he can have a smooth path out across the map to get those Hellions in position, because if he gets those Hellions in good enough numbers, he can really do a lot of damage. But 2 obviously not going to be enough. But here come the Marines. Looks like they are going to get themselves in position to be of some value in a potential attack or defense of kind of a forward position. We'll see which it's going to be here in just a moment. Looks like he's trying to get pesky, trying to draw his opponent out there, but nothing happening yet. ZvTaaar absolutely locked down at this point and doing a great job of it as well. So nice stuff. We do have a whole bunch of Hellions now cruising out across the field. Notice that they are just barely skirting that vision of ZvTaaar there and are going to be cruising into position. It looks like it's about to be go time. A bunch of Hellions here taking on some potential drones. I would like to see how that's going to go. Looks like he's going to pick up a decent number of drone kills here. A lot of Zerglings getting into the fight here, but the damage being done very, very well, so not bad. Taking out a lot of drones, but look how many are still in the red, so just good enough defense there from ZvTaaar, I think, to really hold that off. Let's just check units lost. Notice that Luck did lose more. Let's check Control R and see where we're at there. 12 workers killed, so not too bad of a deal. Let's just check in on the units tab as well and see how that's going to look that way. There is still a slight economic advantage for Sergeant of Luck, but ZvTaaar not going to be too far behind. And look at him already spreading creep at his opponent's bases. He does send over a bunch of links here. Is going to be taking out some of these SCVs. A good couple of SCV kills there. Let's just see how many he did get killed. Just 1. Not too bad though. Any kills are good kills at this point. But he did sack a couple Zerglings to make that happen. So kind of interesting. In the meantime, we do have a Thor coming out on the field. Now that's fun. It is going to be Thors and Hellions. Got to love it. And the tech right now is absolutely Mutalisks and Banelings and Zerglings for our Zerg player ZvTaaar, looking to be in pretty dominant shape. He is going to start performing some harassment with his new tech pattern here. It is those Mutalisks. Off he goes. Going to hit the backside of this base in just a moment. We do have Thor about to be complete. He needs to get over to this position here. Go ahead, Thor. There he goes. He's now going to get into position to try and deal with these guys. Looks like they may be able to take out a supply depot. But the Thor going to be good for defense for just a little bit. Notice that ZvTaaar is going to be securing his third behind that attack there. And Luck in okay shape here. He is slightly behind economically. And slightly behind in the units lost. Let's take a look. Yeah, not too bad though. Okay, just take care of that. We do have these Mutas cruising in here again. They're actually getting a lot of SCV kills. We do have these Thors, though, picking up at least 1 kill there. 3 kills there, not bad. But it looks as though ZvTaaar are going to be sacking these guys, just trying to kill as many of those SCVs as possible before he gets taken out. But nice looking defense there from Luck. Let's just check on Control R. Look at that, ZvTaaar now taking the lead on those kills there, the worker kills. Cool, so that's good. We're going to be set up for our next match here in just a bit. And here comes more. Only 3 of these guys at this moment, which is kind of interesting. We do see a transition here for ZvTaaar. Is going to be transitioning into Roach. Not a bad deal. But picking up a decent amount of kills there. Check that out. 21 worker kills. And it is absolutely making a difference. Let's check on the units tab, see where we're at. 51 to 42. Now, obviously, those, I mean, the mules are going to be making up a good bit of that difference. But, I mean, he's been on 3 bases here for a little while now, and he's really in good shape economically. So ZvTaaar, I think, taking a little bit of a lead, but not by too much. I mean, Luck is definitely not out of it at this point. And the sad thing for Luck is that he has really got to take this win down, because ZvTaaar did take game number 1. It's only a best of 3, and that does mean that it is pressure time for Luck. He's got to take 2 games in a row to win this best of 3 and make it into the semifinals. So good stuff there, though. Luck is going to be able to potentially land this orbital command here in just a little bit as soon as this creep disappears. In the meantime, we do have a substantial Roach army going to be cruising out across the field. Where are these guys headed? Looks like they're just going to be holding a forward position for a moment. And here comes tanks, SCVs, and Thors. A lot of tanks. A couple of them sieging up. Looks like they are going to be moving forward here, though, again. And off they go. It is going to be headed straight for the third. Looks like he is dead serious about denying the third here. And siege, tanks, and Thor is going to be a difficult combination to deal with. Do have some Hellions in here as well to help deal with any Zerglings that come his way. But it is going to be mostly Roaches at this point. Do have some Zerglings in production, but more Roaches in production than that. So not too bad. But going to start leapfrogging these guys forward here, I assume. In the meantime, it looks as though mining is going to stop here at this hatchery. ZvTaaar absolutely going to be losing it. Looks like this orbital command did not land quite yet, but here comes a counterattack of Roaches, and this has got he's got a decent siege line here, but it looks like the Roaches will outnumber him. Going to have to pull a lot of SCVs here, and here come the Hellions. Couple tanks here in the back, going to be pretty effective though, so not a bad play at all. Well, that tank did go down, but looks like the Roaches shouldn't be able to do tons of damage here moving forward. But they did take out a lot of SCVs there. Now this attack is continuing. A lot of tanks pushing forward now into the natural of ZvTaaar. And the Thor is still blasting away, doing a great amount of damage. It's kind of almost a base trade situation in some respects. We do have more More roaches and a couple banelings actually cruising out. Looks like this position is going to be abandoned. Looks like he's going to go ahead and land this one here. And this attack here going extremely well. He did deny this hatchery. Notice that ZvTaaar did take another hatchery over here in this hidden position. And now cruising up the ramp here with tanks and Thors. And this is brutal, brutal, brutal for ZvTaaar. He cannot be losing his tech structures at this point. And look at that. It is too much to handle. Knows it. He is going to say GG, and we're off to game number 3 now between these guys. What a wonderful play. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We'll see you guys in game number 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be Tal'Darim Altar. I like this map quite a bit. It's definitely large, and it looks as though ZvTaaar slightly late to the... Okay, he's okay. All right, slightly late to the mineral patches there. Just only a second behind there, but it is going to make a slight difference there. And we do have what appears to be Luck spawning as our teal Terran up here at the top right-hand side of the map. Top left, we do have ZvTaaar as our blue Zerg. It is going to be a fairly large map, though. So Tal'Darim, pretty big. Now, this map doesn't necessarily favor Terran, let's put it that way. There are some definite abuses here, I think, in a Zerg versus Terran matchup for Zerg. But we'll see how Luck is going to deal with that. So we'll see if it's going to mean a different, a different strategy or not. But he's used tanks in every game so far. But I loved that mech play, solid mech play against ZvTaaar in that last game. Really, really worked out very, very well. Tons of fun to see. And it looks as though ZvTaaar is going to be going for a fast expand. Maybe. Actually, where's this headed? Oh, he's headed down there. Why does he have the rally point set there? I wonder. That's okay. And not a big deal. Here comes a drone. This guy probably going to put down his fast expand. Notice that he does have just about enough minerals. And down it goes. It is going to be a fast expand here from ZvTaaar. Notice that he does have his Overlord in good position here to check for scouts. Let's check in on Luck. He does have his barracks going down in pretty decent time. Going to be sending out an SCV scout, it appears, as well as probably going to start production of a Marine in just a moment. We do have a refinery complete, is obviously mining from that ASAP, so he is going to have some gas in his build in just a bit. Looks as though this SCV will find his opponent's base in great time. Going to cruise up here and see what's going on. Is going to see the spawning pool going down after the hatchery there. It is the identical opener so far for ZvTaaar every single time, and it's really, really interesting stuff. So let's take a look and see what Luck has got for us. It is going to be a supply depot here to complete the wall off. Does it complete, actually? Yeah, it's complete. Okay. Just making sure, just making sure. From this angle, it almost looks like it's not, but it definitely is. So factory going down here for Luck. Looks like he's going to be doing another Marine Hellion opener in just a moment. Not a bad deal. Now the expand is complete. This Marine did cruise forward here, is going to be trying to pick up a drone kill. Not going to happen, and they are absolutely backing out at this point. And off he goes back to his base. We do have the reactor now going down for this barracks. Looks like he will be doing the switcheroo as soon as it is done. And the factory complete, factory actual complete first, and there's going to be a command center going down for Luck as well. So it's going to be a fairly fast expand for him. Not too bad of a deal. No gas quite yet for ZvTaaar, but he does have his queens now out on the field. Looks like he is going to be droning up pretty heftily at this point. Let's just check the units tab and see where we're at. 21 drones to 20 SCVs. Mule advantage is going to be pretty good though at this point. So still, right as it stands right now, the economic advantage does go to Luck. Now that being said, with 2 base already up and running here and a double queens out on the field, he should be able to even that up, if not surpass his opponent here very, very quickly. Notice that he is going to be putting down a spine crawler for some static defense, as well as an evolution chamber, so not a bad deal there. Going to be blocking that off just a little bit. Evo chamber is a nice building to put out in front like that. However, they don't have tons of HP, so you got to be a little bit careful. Only 750. The tanks will blast through them super quick. Here comes some Hellions, 2 of them. Almost getting the kill on that creep tumor, and now it is going to heal. But they did take out 2 Zerglings, so not bad there. Let's just check in on his build here. He does have triple racks down on the field. Is going to be getting stim out here, as well as some Marauders. Wow, so he is going to be going for timing push here, I think, off of 1 base right before he takes this second base out there. Potentially, either that or he'll go ahead and take this out, build up a little bit more units, and then make his push. But the nice thing is those Marauders are going to do additional damage to the armored units. And the armored units we're talking about here are the spine crawlers. Notice they do count as armored. So not a bad deal there. I think this attack could go potentially well for Luck if he does choose to push out here in the next little while. He's going to be securing his expand here, though, before he pushes out. Not bad. It is a relatively safe play. There is a little bit of an SCV transfer, and probably going to start utilizing his mules at the expand location instead of the main in the future. We do have a starport out on the field, as well as a medevac on the way, and triple Hellions here still at the front. Going to be just pesky here. Just pesky. Not really trying to do tons of damage, but nice control from these guys at this point. And just going to be blasting away their little flamethrowers at this poor evolution chamber that does not attack back, which is kind of cool, actually. A little bit of fun. Oh, guys, I just figured out what's wrong with my stream sound. I'm going to fix it here in just a moment. I can't fix it right now. I have to turn the stream off, so I can't do that obviously right now. But my crash, I know what happened. I do finally figured out what happened. It just hit me. So at least we'll give it a shot. I do apologize for all the trouble we've been having, so I hope to have that up and running. And I think I'm going to turn off the delay as well, because it is lagging the stream. It makes it black out. Ugly stuff, what can I say? But here comes the attack. We are going to see some elevator tactics up here at the back of the natural. Nice looking stuff. Notice all these Marauders getting right into the way of any counter attacking going on. And going to be dropping back down to the low ground, and here it is. It looks to be go time here in just a moment. But look at all of these Hellions. Not going to be super effective with that many Zerglings. Again, or I mean, they are effective against that many Zerglings, but I guess the Zerglings not super effective against this Marine Hellion Marauder mass. And look at that, all those units going down. Luck pushing this attack forward here. ZvTaaar in a lot of trouble here. Does not have any defense at all. Just struggling now. Looks like he is going to try and get out some Mutalisks, but Mutas, I don't know, man. There's still plenty of Marines here in the mix. Going to be able to take down those guys, I think, in pretty decent shape, especially with that medevac support. Cruising into the mineral line here, going to be stalling the mining here, and the macro hatch probably going to go down. But here come the mutas, and they're dying just as they pop out. Look how quick they're dying, and it is absolutely go time here for ZvTaaar. Can he hold it off here with just these units? I don't think so. My goodness, it looks as though Luck is going to be able to clean this up. Look at that kiting with those Marines. Got to try and keep those suckers alive. Did not keep all of them alive, but there are only 3 Mutalisks now on the field, and that may not be enough to hold on in this game. He's down to almost 0 mining at this point. Here comes more Marines and another Marauder. These guys are going to be cruising in to join the other forces here in just a moment. But phenomenal play here from Luck, obliterating his opponent's economy in that exchange. Let's just check and see what that looks like on the units tab. Ouch! Oh my goodness, 6 drones right now to 40 SCVs, and that is absolutely brutal. We do have what appears to be a phenomenal position and a command center going down for Luck. I mean, he is in great position at this point. Now, ZvTaaar did hold this off. He does have a couple units left. They are just these guys right here. He's trying to get back to mining here. Notice he does have a lot of larva at this point, so he can kind of re-macro this up just a little bit. But, oh man, I mean, Luck did not rush this. So, yeah, and he checks in here, sees way too much going on, and says, you know what, GG. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to ZvTaaar for coming out and playing. But congrats to Luck for winning that. He will be moving on into the semifinals here in just a bit, and that's where we're headed as well. So don't alt-tab, always alt-StarCraft. We'll see you guys then.